The Vedas declare Brahmavid Brahmeva Bhavati. The knower of Brahman is verily Brahman itself. So, what is Brahman and who is the knower of this Brahman? Brahman is the all-pervading consciousness that is the very basis of all that exists. All that we see, perceive, touch, feel, smell, taste, it's all nothing but Brahman. Same Brahman, the one Brahman, which is without any attributes, which is without any form, is perceived by the mind in various forms, with various attributes, with various qualities, colors, that which we are part of is nothing but an expression of the Brahman. And we have always been one with Brahman. And the idea of this human sojourn is to experience this Brahman as the all-pervading reality in this limited human body. And the knowledge is lost because of the operation of the mind. The mind kicks in and keeps creating sense of limitedness, individuality, and we start breaking from our connection with the Brahman, and we become isolated, distinct, separated. And in this separation, all our unhappiness begins. Because the yearning of every soul is in completeness, is in oneness. Because how can the one exist without being connected or joined back to that which is the whole? So we break off from the whole, get separated, to ultimately join back and become whole again. So it is this whole, it is this vast ocean of consciousness that permeates all that is nothing but the Brahman. And so the same Brahman is inside you, me, all plants, all animals, insects, in the air, in the space, in in the fire, in the water, and on the earth. These are all various manifestations of the same Brahman. And knowing that it is only the mind that gives us this illusion of separation, disconnects us from the experience of being one with the Brahman, which is the cause of all our suffering, pain, misery, unhappiness, crying. And when we are able to see it and witness it and examine this fact closely and know that all this happens because of the veil of the mind that separates us from our own truth, our own beingness. And then all we have to do is to remove this veil, silence the mind, go into stillness, be a witness, and the peace that comes in comes from the union of the Atman, which is the individual consciousness, with the Paramatman, or the all-pervading universal consciousness, the one consciousness. And when the separated consciousness joins and merges with the whole, it's like a celebration. It's the coming together. It is the coming together of the two separated lovebirds, the twin flame. The Krishna and Radha merging, the Shiva and Shakti merging, the ultimate union. And that is what we have come to experience. And to experience this inside of us, and to know that this is our truth. We are verily the Brahman. And once we do, and once we live in this awareness that everything that we see with our eyes and we experience with the mind is nothing but an illusion, we start to separate ourselves. We withdraw, we go into the silence. And when we withdraw our senses, from which this make-believe world starts to appear as real, and when we withdraw and when we close our eyes, when we meditate, in our silence we experience the truth. So whenever there is unhappiness, know that your mind is getting involved. Instead of crying, step back, disconnect from the senses which are being engaged by the mind. And as they withdraw, silence and stillness ensues. The veil, the Maya, is removed, and you again start feeling whole and complete. The connection with the consciousness is established again, and we start feeling contentment, peace. And through the stillness, we start experiencing the fountain of love within. And it starts to flow and it starts to spread. This is what we have come to experience, this fountain of love, and to share this love with every being, with every entity, because that's our truth. And when we experience it, and when we discover it, that it is not outside but it is within, then we are duty bound. We have to take this responsibility to share it with others and help them to remain in this joy of the union of the individual with the Supreme, with the limited, with the infinite. This one all-pervading reality, Brahman, our consciousness. This is who we are. This is the only truth. And this is the reason why we are here, to experience and to help entire humanity and all those who are suffering from this separation, to help each one to come back home. Brahmavid Brahmeva Bhavati. The knower of Brahman is verily Brahman itself, because you cannot exist this in separation. This knowledge itself is the experience, and once the experience comes, we become one with it. Blessings to everyone. Samasta loka sukhino bhavantu. Samasta loka sukhino bhavantu. Samasta loka sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.